With the upcoming school year approaching, I would really like to see son's school paperwork before you send it in to assure all of my information is correct. Well, I guess that hangs in the balance of what happens when we are in court for custody, doesn't it? If you manage to win custody, I know you will keep him from going to the private school. I want him but if he stays with me, I will not allow him to go to public school. So I won't be filling anything out until custody is settled. Actually, I will be registering him at the private school as he is residing with me currently and I have the right to register him there. They no longer have a spot for him because a payment was never made. They called me last week asking about it, but I told them you said you were paying tuition if he goes there. You don't know what you're talking about. I will call and fix it. They probably are just under the impression you won't let him go. You don't Christian private school. How may I help you? Hi, my name is Marcus. I am the father of son. I was calling to see if his mother had sent in enrollment paperwork for him and if there is a separate form I could fill out that would include our court order and my information. I'm sorry, you said son. Let me pull his file and see if you are included in the current paperwork. Sir, I am looking at the paperwork and it currently states that the mother has full custody and you are not privy to any information. You are listed as responsible for the cost of tuition, but you are not listed as the father or legal guardian. That is incorrect. I have equal legal custody of son. I will come deliver a copy of our order right now. I am so sorry for this, sir. You can email a copy to this email address so I can inform the principal of this. What did you do? What do you mean? I haven't done anything. Oh, yes, you did. Or else why did the school call me and tell me that son's spot is no longer available and he was no longer invited to attend at their school? You had to have done something. Everything was fine. I contacted them to see if son had a spot. They were surprised I called, seeing as according to you I have no custody and no rights to call them. Why would you do that? I had it handled, and now you messed everything up. You lied to them and claimed I wasn't allowed to have any information on son. We have a court order, Valerie. It was very easy to prove that wasn't the case. I cannot believe you. You just had to go and start drama and ruin this opportunity for son. You are so selfish. You did this on purpose to sabotage son's chances at this school. Hi, buddy. Dad, you called. Mom said you weren't going to call. Are you coming to get me? No, not tonight, but I will see you this weekend. Son, you have 5 minutes left to talk on the phone. What? But Dad just called. Well, you know that you only get to talk to Dad between 6:30 and 8. He chose to call this late, so he must not have wanted to talk today. Tell him to call earlier if he wants to talk for more than a minute or two. It's my fault, son. I'm sorry. I borrowed Daddy's car charger and his phone died while he was at work. He couldn't charge it until he got home. That's why he called later than normal. Son, hang up the phone now. This conversation does not include her. Mia, you need to stay out of their conversations. You don't get to talk against me or make me out to be the bad guy. You need to get your wife on a leash. The phone calls are for son to talk to his daddy, not for your wife to manipulate the conversation and put ideas in his head. All she said was that I got off work late and couldn't call earlier. She wasn't saying anything negative towards anyone. She told him he could call you at any time. He cannot call you whenever he wants. He can speak to you between the hours of 6:30 and 8. She has no say regarding son. Okay, good night, Valerie. And here I thought you were a grown man and could speak for yourself. Stop manipulating son, or I will go for full custody. Telling him that he can call at any time is just an attempt to manipulate son and make me out to be the bad guy. Stop it. If you cared about son, you would make sure you were off work early enough to have a full conversation with him, but you have never made son a priority. I spoke to son's teachers at pickup today. Why haven't you told me that son has been cursing at school? He did only one day and I handled it. I knew they would tell you when you picked up today, so I didn't see the point in passing along the information. He was disciplined by me and I don't have to share every time he acts out. We hardly communicate, so what's the point? And whenever I try to speak during a phone call, you cry about me interfering with your calls. So it happened and I dealt with it. Did he say something else again today? It apparently has been an ongoing issue for the past week. He told me that you told him I would discipline him about it. I am just trying to figure out what is going on. He was disciplined. I don't count on you to help me, but I don't speak that way and censor everything he watches, so you need to tell me where he's getting this from. I've asked the teacher to call me when there are behavior issues. That isn't necessary. I'm sure he may have heard it from other kids in the classroom. I would take his iPad away if I were you. I guess he must think I'm not serious enough for him. His teacher said he was saying the F word. We both need to be on the same page and make sure we are talking to him and explaining why it is bad and he can't say it. Well, you talk to him. He doesn't listen to me when I talk to him. He must think I'm joking. You've talked to him and he took it seriously before. You have to talk to him as well when it happens. I can't be the only one getting on to him. I'm telling you, he doesn't respect me when I talk to him. He needs to be talked to by a man. He never listens when it's me, but he always does when it's a man. You will need to figure out a way to make him take you seriously. You can handle being the bad guy. What did you give son while I was on the phone with him? Is he on medicine? You practically shoved that pill down his throat. It's not a big deal. It's just melatonin. He needs it to sleep. He doesn't need it to sleep. He's never needed it while at my home and sleeps just fine. The one time he had it with me, he was up half of the night with nightmares. He doesn't have nightmares from it. He is perfectly fine and takes it daily since he was 2 years old. I will not disrupt his routine and change things just because you say so. It is safe for children 4 and up. You have your nightly routine and I have mine. You don't get to dictate what my routine is or what vitamins and supplements he takes while in my care. You don't get to bully me and tell me how to care for son on my time. There's a reason I'm the primary parent and not you. Just a reminder that our family vacation is coming up. I know I am scheduled to get him Friday, but I was hoping to get him Thursday night so we can leave earlier Friday. You never told me that he would be missing a school day for this vacation. It was included in the itinerary I sent you when I planned this trip. Well, I don't know about this anymore. I didn't realize he would miss a whole day of school. I am not okay with this. You had him miss an entire week of school for your vacation last semester. I don't see why a day is an issue. He is entitled to 1 week of vacation, not 1 week and a day. I will have to seriously reconsider this. I've already spoken to his teacher and they are sending his schoolwork for the day so he can complete it. Like I said, I don't know. I'd like to stick to the order honestly. I don't feel comfortable. I am entitled to take him on this vacation per the order. I'm just asking for a few extra hours so we can leave at a decent time. And those extra hours are at my discretion. I don't know if this is in son's best interest. If I allow this, I don't want you to give me a hard time when I am needing you to compromise with me and help me with son. This is a big ask. You don't seem to realize how important it is that son is at all instructional time possible. If I allow this, I need you to promise me that you will actually put aside your hard feelings and work on co-parenting our son. The least amount of drama is what is best for him. Do you think you can actually drop the grudge you have against me? I don't have a grudge against you. Okay, then I will do my very best to accommodate this. I will let you know when I have a concert answer, but I should be able to let him go with you that Valerie has sure been enjoying her kid-free time while we have been on vacation. Oh yeah, what have you seen? She's been tagged on Facebook at multiple parties, which is fine. Have fun while you're not in charge of Sun. But she's tagged with people who are known felons and dealers. There's pictures of her hanging all over them. Anyone we've seen before. According to Facebook, she is back in a relationship with Brian, and quite a few pictures of them kissing and partying. She's back on that cycle now that he's out of jail, I guess. They break up and get back together every few weeks until she ends up in the hospital. I don't understand how she is okay with him being around Sun. I don't know either. Just make sure you are documenting so that we can present it in court. Her protection order against him is still in place, so that will only help our case.